are you? I'm in Queensland and we've had some really big storms. What's it like where you are? Have you been getting the big storms that we've been getting? It's hot and it's humid and I'm literally running outside. Well, it's a bit of sun in between storms. But I wanted to come out, and after last night with the power outage, we actually lost power about 4 times during the night. And I was in bed asleep, so I didn't get up and check my aquaponics system. I so have to laugh at myself for needing to race out as soon as the power goes out when I'm sitting there doing nothing. I guess maybe it's something to do, I don't know. So I'm still having a good chuckle at myself over that one after all these days. But anyway, I wanted to come out and show you my fish. So I've taken off my lids and yeah, wanted to show them to you. Now the water, it's got a red tinge to it, and that's because of the iron chelate, the chelated iron that I use. It does have a red tinge to it. So it's not that easy to see them, but well, we'll try. But I wanted to show you them anyway. So we can see, kind of can see fishes moving around in there. It's hard with the camera. So obviously it's my phone, so it's not my diving camera. But they're in there and they're happy and they're healthy. I've taken out the air pump, the air stone, so you can, well, kind of see. And that's where the water flows out from the fish tank into the grow bed. And that's just one of the little fines filters that I put there just to help clean the, keep the grow bed nice and clean and crisp. So that's how I make sure that the tank doesn't flow over and the fish don't flow out. I put my overflow there and I keep it at that level so that it's just over. But with the use of the valves, I can drop that. Oh, the fish are moving. The fish are coming up closer to the surface now. With this valve here, I can regulate how much water comes out that overflow. And because I don't want to frighten the veggies too much, so to speak, I don't want to wash them around, I have that at a low turn, but I can definitely open up that valve a lot more and let more water come out from the fish tank into there. But after all that rain, oh, they're coming to the surface. I can't see it with the camera. Oh, you can. There you go. How exciting is that? Seriously. I love watching my fish come up and do stuff. They're also wondering if it's food time, even though I have thrown some food in there. But they're coming up. But as you can see, you can actually see the water is moving in a circle and it's going clockwise. Here in Australia, that's how we like our water to flow. But these fish are swimming into that flow. So the water, that pipe up the top there, that's putting the water in from the sump, and that's making the water spin around clockwise. The fish are swimming into that because they're liking the current, and our native fish love that. They all tend to like that. But this is how, by having that flow happening, there's no, oh, they're all up the top, how exciting. Seriously, that's just so cool. Having that flow also gets all of my solid waste and uneaten food to go into that. It's called a riser, where you can see the PVC pipe down the bottom that the fish is swimming over. It's got holes all in it, around it, on all sides. And that lets all the solid waste go out from the bottom of the tank into that pipe and up into the next section where we have the mechanical filtration happening, so the removal of the solid wastes. So having a good flow means that they get full aeration, like, you know, good aeration, because usually the air stone's draped in just over here. The water's moving around, so any water is fully mixed. So if you happen to add some iron chelate, you know that it's going to get mixed up really well. With having a good round tank does help with that flow. It helps with mixing up the water, so the old water, the new water, anything like that. If you have a square tank, so if you're using an IBC, I'm just dreading one of them is about to jump out and I won't be able to get to it because I've got the phone. They shouldn't, but you never know. Fish can be a bit strange. They don't realise that there's no water on the other side of the tank. They think that if they jump, then they're going to jump in the water. Going back, if you're having an IBC, so they're the square totes that we see everywhere, which is the same as my sump, you can end up getting some dead zone in the corners. So if you notice with any aquarium bags, if you've bought any fish in the last few years, they've stopped selling them as actual bags with corners, and the corners now rounded off. Because what happened is the fish tend to congregate in all those corners, especially when stressed, and they use up all the aeration because there's no water movement, no water flow, or anything like that. And the same happens in the square tanks, especially if you've got a lot of fish in there, that they will congregate in the corners. It seems to be a natural thing that fish do. They're a bit silly, but they do it. And if you don't have good aeration in there, then they can start to, I don't know if you can see them on the camera, but I can definitely see them coming up. So I better go over and pop the lid back on. But yeah, I just want to come out and show you the fish because, you know, they're just so cool to watch. And we can see the corn. And here's the male parts of the corn that I need to get onto the fertilise those parts. So yeah, I just wanted to come out and show you. I'm actually going to be pulling some of this part, moving it around in the next few days. Just got to get a bit more of the gravel. Haven't found any more secondhand scoria, so this gravel will work fine because I've got plenty of filtration everywhere. Yeah, I really just wanted to show you the fish, and one of them just came up and ate from the surface. That was so cool. Alright, well, I'll see you next week, and don't forget, if you've got any questions, just pop them below the video or in the Facebook group anywhere, and yeah, I'll get to them and we can answer them. Let's get you getting this sort of thing set up, eh? Lots of nice healthy veggies going on here. How cool is that, seriously?